Now, Russia's invasion of Ukraine has caused huge destruction, but alongside the grim human statistics, Ukraine is also counting the toll on its wildlife. The war has led to widespread environmental devastation, with water sources polluted, thousands of animals left dead, and once lush forests turned into apocalyptic landscapes. Now, Ukrainian ministers are calling for Russia to be tried for crimes against nature. Joining me now is Ukraine's Deputy Minister for Environmental Protection and Natural Resources, Ruslan Strілець. Thank you very much for being with us. And you're talking about huge areas of national parks and forests destroyed by Russian rockets and missiles and fire. How bad is the damage to the environment?
Hello, thank you for the question. First of all, I would like to say that from the first day of the full-scale invasion, we use 7 new methodologies of calculating environmental damage. Today, the total environmental damage caused by the war is more than 57 billion US dollars. This includes pollution of lands, water bodies, air, burnt forest, and destroyed nature reserves. The war has already affected more than 3 million hectares of forest, 10 Ukrainian national parks, and 8 nature reserves that have been occupied. Flora and fauna of global importance are being destroyed. One of the issues is the Holy Mountain National Parks in eastern part of Ukraine is a prime example of the impact of war on the environmental. Yeah. I'd like to say that Russians burned 80% of this park. They used this territory like parking for their tanks, and they killed animals just for fun. The area of forest damage by fires are shall enrich 18,000 hectares, yeah. And 30% of Ukraine's territory requires demining.
Yeah, so let me just interrupt you, because that's a very important point. Ukraine is now the most heavily mined country in the world, and much of that is farming land and agricultural land deliberately mined by the Russians, and you can only demine a few at the moment, can't you?
Yes, I absolutely agree with you. Ukraine is really the most mined country now, and we understand the mining and restoration of these territories will take years. And now our cabinet of ministers do our best to make it shorter this time. We work with the partners and do everything to have new vehicles, new machines, and to make the mining even today.
Right, and so, I mean, what can you do about this? I gather that you want the International Criminal Court to recognize the crime of what you are calling ecocide. Is that right?
Yes, this is one of the streams which we work together with the Office of General Prosecutor of Ukraine, and now we try to make first case and bring Russians to responsibility. We understand that it's not easy, because I'm sure that Ukraine is the first country in human history who tried not only to record environmental damage, we tried to calculate how this damage cost, and we are preparing some documents to send it to the Office of General Prosecutor of International Crime Court. And I would like to say that some days ago, we have the opened office of prosecutor of International Crime Court in Ukraine, which will support us to prepare these document, and after that, I am sure that we will have the resultative first cases, which will be sent to International Crime Court.
Just give us a sense of what has happened to agricultural production in Ukraine.
First of all, I would like to say about the largest act of ecocide in recent decades committed by the Russian Federation. It was a terrorist attack on the Kakhovka hydroelectric power plant. Why I say about it? Because Ukraine lost 14 cubic kilometers of fresh water. 14 cubic kilometers of water, that's enough to give people all over the world to drink for 2 days. And we lost this water, and we lost our irrigation system in the south part of Ukraine. A lot of territories which used for agricultural, we lost now. And now we have the occupied more than half Kherson region, which was a territory which used like agricultural land. So, and I believe that our army, with the support of the partners, will back this territory to us, and we will start the new, and we will have a new grain, not only for Ukraine, but for European and for African country as well.
Okay, and just finally, we have only got 30 seconds, but do you think that you can hold the Russians to account for the environmental damage that is being done? Do you think that is at all possible?
I'm sure that it's possible, and we will do our best. And I understand that a lot of partners will support us. We work together with European countries. We work together with some experts from United States, and I'm sure that our new methodologies and our new principles, which we try to implement now in Ukraine, will help us to have the best result in this issue.
Okay, Ruslan Strelec, thank you very much indeed for joining us today. Thank you.